The following is an overview of Title 36 of the Code of Federal Regulations. Chapter 111, Part 327, contains the rules and regulations covering public use of water resources development projects administered by the Chief of Engineers. These regulations apply to all water resources development projects. At the same time, all other federal, state, and local laws and regulations remain in full force and effect. The term project, or water resources development project, refers to the water areas of any project without regard to the ownership of the underlying land, to all lands owned in fee by the government, and to all facilities found in or on any project. Now let's review the regulations by section, beginning with policy. A separate violation may be written up for each calendar day that it occurs. The owner of any unattended vehicle, vessel, or aircraft is presumed to be responsible for its use on project property. Such presumption is enough to issue the owner a citation for violation of the regulations covering the use of the vehicle, vessel, or aircraft. Vehicles shall not be parked in violation of posted restrictions or in such a manner as to impede traffic or create a safety hazard. Vehicles so parked are subject to removal and impoundment at the owner's expense. The operation and/or parking of a vehicle off roadways is prohibited. Vehicles shall be operated only in accordance with posted regulations. No person shall operate any vehicle in a careless, negligent, or reckless manner. At developed areas, vehicles shall be used only for ingress and egress. No person shall operate any motorized vehicle without a proper and effective muffler. Vessels or other watercraft may not be operated in prohibited or restricted areas. No person shall operate any vessel or watercraft in a careless, negligent, or reckless manner. All vessels, when in use, shall have safety equipment, including personal flotation devices, on board in compliance with U.S. Coast Guard boating safety requirements. Overnight use of any vessel or watercraft is permitted only when incidental to recreational boating. No person may operate water skis, parasails, ski kites, or similar devices in a careless, negligent, or reckless manner. All vessels, when not in actual use, shall be removed from park waters unless securely moored at designated mooring areas. All vessels must be constructed and maintained according to standards established by the Federal Safe Boating Act. No person shall operate any vessel or watercraft without a proper and effective exhaust muffler. Aircraft may not be operated in a careless, negligent, or reckless manner. The operation of aircraft on park lands or waters other than at the landing areas designated by the district engineer is prohibited. Swimming, diving, snorkeling, or sports scuba diving at one's own risk is permitted except where posted. Diving or jumping from bridges or other structures crossing park waters is prohibited. The international diving flag must be displayed during underwater activities. Picnicking is permitted, except where posted. Camping is permitted only at sites and/or areas designated as such by the district engineer. Camping at one or more campsites at any one park for a period longer than 14 days is prohibited. The placement of equipment on a campsite for the purpose of reserving it is prohibited. The digging or leveling of any ground or the construction of any structure is prohibited. Hunting, fishing, and trapping are permitted in designated areas. Garbage, trash, rubbish, litter, or any other waste material or waste liquid generated on the park shall be either removed from the park or deposited in receptacles provided for that purpose. It is a violation to bring onto the park any material for the purpose of disposal. Spilling, pumping, or other discharge of pollutants, including human and animal waste on park lands or into park waters, is prohibited. Park visitors shall keep their sites free from trash and litter and clean the sites upon departure. The discharge or placing of sewage, galley waste, garbage, refuse, metal cans, or pollutants into park waters from any vessel or watercraft is prohibited. Fires shall be confined to the designated areas and then only in fireplaces, grills, or other facilities designed for that purpose. Fires shall not be left unattended and must be completely extinguished prior to departure. Lighted smoking materials, matches, or other burning materials shall be disposed of properly. No person shall bring or allow horses, cattle, or other livestock in camping, swimming, or other recreation areas except where designated. No person shall bring dogs, cats, or other pets into developed recreation areas unless penned, caged, or on a leash under 6 feet in length, or otherwise under physical restraint. No animals or pets are permitted in swimming beach areas or in sanitary facilities. Quiet shall be maintained in all public use areas between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Excessive noise, which unreasonably disturbs other persons, is prohibited. Conduct which interferes with or disrupts the use of the park or impairs the safety of another person is prohibited. Persons disturbing the peace may be requested to leave the park. Operation of audio or other noise-producing devices so as to annoy others is prohibited. The possession of loaded firearms, ammunition, loaded projectile firing devices, bows and arrows, crossbows, and explosives of any kind, including fireworks, is prohibited unless used for hunting or fishing in accordance with applicable federal, state, and local laws. Destruction, injury, defacement, removal, or any alteration of public property is prohibited. The cutting or gathering of wood is prohibited except for the gathering of dead material on the ground for use in designated recreation areas. Personal property of any kind shall not be abandoned or left unattended. All lost articles shall be deposited by the finder at the park office or with a ranger. Advertising by any means whatsoever is prohibited without written permission of the district engineer. It is a violation of these regulations to refuse to or fail to comply with fee requirements or the terms or conditions of any permit. The construction, placing, or continued existence of any structure of any kind under, upon, in, or over the park lands or waters is prohibited unless authorized by the district engineer. The occupation of parkland or water for the purpose of maintaining a full or part-time residence is prohibited. Fees may be charged for the use of certain recreation sites. Failure to pay fees is prohibited. Interference with any federal employee in the conduct of his or her official duties is prohibited. Failure to comply with a lawful order shall be considered interference. Violations of the provisions of this regulation shall subject the violator to a fine of not more than $500 or imprisonment for not more than 6 months, or both. This gives you a quick overview of the regulations. Now you should read the complete regulations.